It's 5 o'clock Mountain Time, and that means it's time for Tom and Shane Politics. And of course, our topic today, right in front of you, if nominated, who will be Donald Trump's running mate? That's what we want to talk about today. Tom Egelhoff, Bozeman, Montana. Shane Montalban, half man, half amazing in Kamloops, Canada. We are the Swiss Army knives of business and politics. And so, Shane, it looks like Trump has got an insurmountable lead. Even if he's in prison, he'll probably still get the nomination. So, what? Who's going to run, and why?
Well, I'll give you the why first.
Yeah.
Politically speaking, one of the issues he had was with minority voters, particularly the African American, but especially suburban women. And women do constitute 52% of the vote in your country. So politically and policy wise, I would see him picking a woman. They have a great bench of as to use an acronym.
Yeah.
They have a great bench of women. These are my choices in order. Christine
Okay.
Home.
All right.
Christine Home is the governor of South Dakota. She's a remarkable woman in that she's saved her state from the collapse of the oil industry because of COVID and the Biden policies of shutting down the Keystone pipeline. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty remarkable thing. And she's also worked through what's been a miraculous revamping of the state of South Dakota and the number of people living there. So that's cool. So second to her would be, I believe, Kim Reynolds. She's the incumbent governor of Iowa. We've seen a lot of her, but I like her because of her background and her experience and what her position was. She started in small government, which is everything. She was a county treasurer, and then she um, took over because Terry Branstad stepped down to become the United States ambassador to China, and then she served in this Iowa Senate. So she's got the background mix of an administrator and politician.
Yeah.
Third,
If I could interject a
no,
second.
I'll finish, and then you can
No,
say
you
all you
won't.
want.
No, you won't.
So the
I
next is
want to
Sarah.
come. I'll
Well,
shut
you
you
comment.
down. I'll shut you down.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders is next. We know
Yes.
who she is because of her father. She's now the 47th governor of Arkansas,
Hmm.
and he was also governor of Arkansas. But as so was Clinton from home. Joni Ernst. This is a great choice, I think, too, because she's a senator from Iowa. Not that he needs to take Iowa; he'll win Iowa, but she comes across as very in the middle, even though she's a conservative, and I think that's pretty important. Katie Britt. She's a United States Senator for Alabama, so he doesn't need to win Alabama. He will. So, but she's a possible candidate. And then, of course, finally, Marsha Blackburn. Now we see her a lot on Fox, and she's been a continuous spokesman on Fox with regards to the U.S. Senate for 2 years since she got in. She's from Tennessee again, another state Trump doesn't necessarily need to pick from because he probably will win it. So off you go, make your comments and tell us who you think you'll pick.
Okay. Well, I have to make a correction there to Joni. Well, let's go back. Christy Nome rides a horse, looks great in the saddle, carrying the flag at rodeos and whatever. I would watch her speeches before I would watch Donald Trump's speeches. So yeah, she would make an attractive addition. She's only 51, so not too bad there. Iowa, Kim Reynolds, as you say, doesn't need Iowa. She's getting up in years as well, so I don't know about that, but Governor Huckabee is 40, so she'd be one of the youngest considerations. Her and Katie Britt are 40 and 41 respectively. So there is a possibility for her. The only thing I don't like about her is too much baggage. from being the press secretary, and also, um, I don't want to sound sexist here, but she's not a photogenic person. I mean, no reflection on her abilities, but it is a visual medium. So, that's why I don't run. Uh, not photogenic.
You don't
Joni
think
Ernst, yeah,
you don't think the camera likes you? Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
no, Tamara doesn't like her at all.
No, you.
Yeah,
No, the camera doesn't like you.
well, doesn't like me at all. Yeah, no, I should just put you on the screen and I should be in the background.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Joni Ernst made a big splash when she became the Iowa senator, and she's made a lot of news along the line. So I wouldn't be opposed to Joni, whether or not Joni's a little like Klobuchar to me. Uh, in the way they view politics. I think not necessarily the way they talk about politics, but their speaking, their mannerisms, similar. So whether or not that would carry over or not, yeah, Alabama, probably not necessarily needed. Um, you know, uh, Not much more to say on that one.
Kate Britt, yeah.
Yeah. The only one that I have exception to, a lot of people in the comments before the show like Marsha Blackburn, but Marsha's 71. So we've already got two of the oldest codgers running ever. So I'm not sure Marsha would be a solid pick. And again, Tennessee's a red state, don't necessarily need it. So those would be my comments on your picks. As far as the women and whatever, Trump carried the women in his first election. So, he lost the second election because of COVID. That's it. That's it. If COVID wasn't there, he'd be a two-term president. We would be talking about somebody
I
else.
thought you said he lost because of abortion.
No, the midterms.
Oh, I see.
Republicans lost the midterms because of abortion. Trump lost because of COVID.
Okay.
So they blamed him for that. And there was no getting over it. And the proof is in the pudding. Biden was in his basement and still won. So, what can you say? So, if Trump was smart, he would pick a woman like Blackburn of Tennessee, rather. Tragic error in 2020 with Pence. And Nancy says, well, one more time. Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, years of experience and a class act. I would agree with all that. The only problem I have with Marsha is her age. That's just if you're talking about 4 years, she'll be 75, and if Trump will be out, but she isn't going to run at 75. So they need somebody that can take over from Trump if he's elected. So that would be my one point. Governor Brian Kemp, 59, Georgia. We had a big snafu in Georgia because of Warnock and, the football player guy, whatever, whose name escapes me at the moment. So they do need Georgia. Georgia has become kind of a maroon state lately. So having a Georgia Republican governor to pull that state in, I think might be helpful to Trump. Glenn Youngkin of Virginia, again, another state that's been kind of in limbo. Obviously, you need that one. Virginia and Georgia, very critical to the election, plus Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, all those are the states that usually pick the president. And if I were going to pick a running mate, I think I would go after someone who could bring those states in, and that would be either representatives. I don't believe there's any Democrat senators in any of those states. Might be one or two, but no. Tim Scott, obviously running, would take up the black, but that's such a cliche. I don't like him as VP, and the same with Burgess Owens of Utah, 71 years old, big winner, but Utah is a Republican state, so where are you going to go? So those are my thoughts on who Trump might go with, but I think he's going to have to go with somebody in the Rust Belt.
Okay. Well, it won't be Kemp from Georgia. There's
Mhm.
too much there's too much history between the two of them and
Mhm.
differences of opinion. Youngkin, he really enjoys what he's doing. He's not going to give up that opportunity. I
No, I don't
mean,
think so. Yeah.
Virginia's,
Mhm.
it's the state of Jefferson and Madison, and I mean Washington. I mean, wow. So
Mhm.
anyway, I think that if it comes down to a choice from the side of a man to
Mhm.
make the ticket win, that would be DeSantis of Florida. But I've already told you that, so
Yeah.
that's old news. Today was
Mhm.
different for me.
Yeah. Well, DeSantis won't. He and Trump already have their talking points against each other, public, and they're not going to reconcile that before the election. So he's out as a VP. So
Yeah, there you go.
he's either going to win it or Trump's going to win it. Probably one of the two. The problem DeSantis has is all the other people that are going in now, Vivek and Hutchinson and Haley and Scott and all these other guys. They're not going to take votes away from Trump. They're going to take them away from DeSantis.
Hmm.
So that's
In primaries.
yeah, in the primaries. Yeah.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
whole purpose of the primaries and of
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
debates is for people to make that choice. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, but people who are for Trump, and there's quite a few of them, otherwise he wouldn't be leading in the polls by double digit. Well, he's leading by 20 or more points. He wouldn't be leading by that much if voters were going to defect from him. And Republican voters aren't going to do that because they see him, as you keep describing him, as a victim. He's a victim. And even if these trials and all these legal things happen, there's going to be so many appeals and everything else that nothing's going to be decided before the 24 election. They're not going to do that in the next 24 months
Of
or
course not.
15 months. Yeah,
That's
that
why
ain't going to happen.
he's happy to hear that other presidents, including Pence, who when this all started about documents,
Mhm.
secured or private documents, he was like one of the last of what 5, 6 Republicans that said, I didn't know, but I had files at home.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so they investigate him. They don't raid his home. They
Yeah.
investigate him in the same time period, and now they come up this last week and say he's not going to be pursued
Hmm.
as someone. But they did announce, of course, that Trump will be,
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
it's not the fact that he had the documents at first; it's some other reason that they feel he's done something to take to a grand jury. But
Yeah.
that becomes a real it's a boomerang again,
Hmm.
overstepping by the Democrats because you've got Biden, you've got Hillary Clinton, Obama, Bill Clinton. I mean, they're
Hmm.
all part and parcel of basically doing the same things. So
Yeah.
it
Hmm.
just it's to his advantage, and everybody looks at it and goes, they're not going against or after any of these other people, and
Yeah.
wow. So yeah, it just works to his advantage politically.
Well, it will. And as far as Kennedy is concerned, Bobby Kennedy Jr., the DNC, there's no way they're going to let him get the nomination. They're going to bring the hammer down on that. I think really quickly. That just isn't going to happen. So,
Well, he's now past 20% in the polls,
yeah, it doesn't matter where he
and
is.
uh,
Well, it doesn't. I mean, the DNC is not going to let him get that nomination. I mean, they just won't.
okay,
I mean, they won't.
uh, okay. I'm not going to try and speak and you interrupt me and keep saying they won't, they won't, they won't. There's no point
Okay,
in
go
having that
ahead.
con.
Well,
Nope,
in
no,
that
I'm
case,
done.
okay, in that case, we would like for you to subscribe, ring the notification bell. You'll always be notified when we're on and what we're doing, no matter what time zone you're in. Like us, leave a comment because we like that. Let us know who you like for VP or if you think Trump is going to win or DeSantis is going to win or Kennedy's going to win or whoever's going to win. So, I mean, It's going to be a fun 15 months, Shane.
Well, only in that we get to watch it happen, and then
Yeah.
we're fortunate enough to have the time to take it because you're kind enough to produce and direct and create this job for
Yeah.
us to talk about it. And I know it's a lot of work, so I'm very grateful. And those watching and I thank you for it. We appreciate you doing it.
Absolutely. Of course we do. Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see how this. I'm not sure. Coming up in August, they're going to have the first debate in August. I mean, this is a year before the convention, Shane.
Yeah, but
Why are we having
well,
a debate in August?
because of the primaries.
Well, they aren't going to be till January.
Well, yeah, but you said that they shouldn't be doing it because in the elections the following year in November.
Yeah.
The response to your comment of why are they doing it that I gave you is
Mhm.
because it's for the primaries. I said it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So you can agree with
That's
me or
okay.
not. I don't.
Well,
You can
no,
agree with me or not. I don't care. But in February there's New Hampshire.
yeah.
So between August and February, whoever's going to be able to self-identify as someone to compete with Trump has to be in New Hampshire and or Iowa. Where that's always been the case historically in your country.
I understand that, but I can understand why you wouldn't have one in December or November because of all the holidays and everybody's doing everything else. But I still wonder about, well, it's the end of August, maybe the first September. Maybe it does make sense to do it then, but I don't know if you have a debate and then you've got the holidays and you go vote in January that people are going to remember what anybody said in that
Well,
debate.
historically, the campaign for
Mhm.
the cycle that includes the presidency starts, after Labor Day in September, the year before.
Yeah.
So that's why they're having it on the 23rd of August. It's just a week before the long weekend that everybody will have in that regard,
Mhm.
and that's when people will take up the interest in level and start paying more attention to the people running to challenge Trump, but also who's out there with regards to Biden and the Democratic Party.
Mhm.
Uh, if he's going to ignore everyone, I don't think that's politically correct for him.
Mhm.
Maybe you do. Do you think it's politically correct for Biden not to debate?
Well, um, no, I think Biden should debate. I think Trump will debate. I don't think he's going to ignore the debates and let everybody else take center stage.
I know, but I'm
Yeah,
just making a
yeah,
call for,
sure.
as the devil's advocate here.
Hmm.
I don't think that Trump or Biden will be in the first primary debate.
Okay. Well,
And I'm not sure Biden will even do a presidential debate. So if he's the
yeah,
nominee, but I do not believe that he's going to be the nominee. The most likely is
yeah.
Gavin Newsom from California. I think
I
that's
was
just
going to
my
say I would tend to agree with that. I think Biden will be primaried out. I don't even think Clyburn of Carolina can save him this time as he did the last time. So I don't know. Maybe he can, but no, I can't believe any right-minded Democrat would go in and pull a lever for Biden. I just can't.
well.
I
They
can't
did.
see that.
They did in the midterms. So you
Well,
know.
they didn't vote for him in the midterms. They
22.
voted. They voted in
They voted
favor.
Democratic. They voted Democratic. They kept a
They
lot of
voted for
people.
abortion.
Oh, okay.
They did. I mean, it's a known fact. Everybody admits it. It was a done deal. And the same thing is going to happen in 24. Same thing is going to be there. If you think there aren't going to be any abortion questions on the debate on August 23rd, I got a bridge to sell you.
Oh, you sold me on enough already. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be are you going to sign a national abortion amendment, or are you going to push for a national abortion thing or whatever? I mean, the questions will be endless, Shane. And
Well,
transgender.
and
Transgender. What are you going to do with those?
all of that is great because the answer is very simple. No, federally, I'm not going to have the federal government involve themselves in any of these issues. These are all for states to take up and decide. People want to challenge individual states' decisions. they have the third leg of government,
Mhm.
the judicial system, and take the 7 years, spend the 25 million to get your thought to the Supreme Court to decide whether or not it should work.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it. That's how it's better than saying that I can't talk about it because there's an investigation, or I can't talk about it because it's being, it's under consideration for an investigation. It's ridiculous that people are allowed to take an off ramp when it comes to answering any kind of question. So we'll
Well, they
see how they
will.
handle.
I mean, if they say they're going to pass it on to the states, that's a cop out to the voter. To the voter, I want to know
Excuse
what
me.
you want to do.
What did you just say?
I say it's a cop out.
I
If you
heard
if
you.
you pass it on to the states,
That
it's
was
a
I
cop
was
out.
Tom. That was rhetorical because what you said was stupid, but that's okay. You,
Well,
you say a
maybe.
lot of stupid things.
Well, I do, but
It's not
that's
a cop out. First of all, it's the truth. Number one, it's the truth. Number two, that's the way it should be decided by what the
I
Supreme Court
understand that. I'm
decides.
not arguing with the
So they're a
states.
lot
I'm not.
smarter than you. Please don't interrupt me. They're a lot
Well,
smarter than
you
you.
interrupted me.
No, I said what you said was stupid. So
Well,
it's not stupid to send it to the states. It's that the Supreme Court did it. And number three, it's a great thing for the right to life movement in individual states. And number four, it's a great way for people to be able to find out about it because the woke media is not covering it. It's a one-sided issue, and it's a terrible side of an issue for them to take. But unfortunately, that's what they do.
are you done?
Yes, you can usually tell when I'm done.
No, no, I can't.
Yeah, I stopped
Sometimes,
talking.
yeah.
When
Well,
when I stop talking, I'm done.
okay. Well, you're not. You're not. You keep on going. So, in the first place, I wasn't questioning about the abortion things going to the states. That wasn't what I said.
You said it was a cop out.
I said if the candidate uses the excuse that it's for the states to decide, that's a cop out on them.
It's not an excuse, and it's not a cop out. So I'm challenging you on that because any candidate will say the issue is not a federal one, and it's gone back to the states because of the Supreme Court, and
I
that's a good
understand
thing.
all that,
So
but I understand all that, but the the um, the federal abortion is going to come back. It just
okay.
will.
Well, we've already talked about that, and I'm not going to disagree with your opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with your opinion either.
Oh, of course you are. But I don't. I'd be surprised if this time in 24 it becomes um, an important issue. I could be totally wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think that there will be other issues that will seriously be more relevant to people in the moment than that one. That or transgenderism. But
Mhm.
both issues are issues they'll try. The demolition party will try to create, like racism and so forth, to try and create fear and anger of minorities to get them out to vote, and
Yeah.
that's what it's for.
Nope. The transgender and abortion is going to be the primary topics of August 23rd debate. I would bet
Well, I
whatever
don't know.
on whatever on it.
I don't know what platform they're using, so it
I don't
depends on.
either.
I don't. It
Yeah.
depends on whether there's one or two or three people asking
Mhm.
questions, or
Yeah.
and it depends on what platform. I mean, clearly
Hmm.
on
Yeah.
CNN as opposed to Fox, it would be a totally different approach.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe. I
I'm
don't know.
sure there may be a
Hmm.
question because it's in the news
Hmm.
constantly because of the Democrats. It's not in the
Hmm.
news because of the Republicans.
Yeah.
The Republicans they are opposed to it, so it's only in
Hmm.
the news because it's something that the demolition
Hmm.
party wants to, promote,
Yeah. Yeah.
to create anger and guarantee votes, and
Hmm.
that's it. There you go.
Yeah. But we just finished. No, we're in the throes of Pride Month right
We
now.
are. Oh,
Yeah.
is
June
that
1st.
across the country?
Absolutely.
Is that
Everywhere.
is that federal holiday or federal
It
month?
is a federal holiday. It's Pride Month.
So did the
Every
government?
every year we have Pride Month in
I
June.
appreciate my question
Yeah.
is did your federal government
No,
implement it?
no,
Okay. So
no.
it's just a minority said we're going to name this month Pride Month,
Right.
and Pride Month means
Means that
the
Bud Light comes out with a transgender can, and Target puts transgender tuck uniforms in their stores, and
GBLT plus X. I like saying that because of the
yeah,
plus X. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, you're going to have a whole month of this before that August 23rd debate.
Well, there's another month in between July, but yeah.
Yeah.
But it's every
Mhm.
day. I mean, and if they don't have a news story, they drag that one up. And it's
Mhm.
so. I
Well,
mean,
it's dragging out because it won't go away.
well, that's right. And meanwhile, regrettably, I do watch Fox because of what we do, and they're editing in old stories now to fill in hours that that the in the evening, from 5 to 8
Mhm.
or 5 to 9 my time, 5 to mid or whatever,
Yeah.
6 to midnight. But we'll see what happens because everybody's
Mhm.
looking for more and better material.
That's for sure. Yeah. Fox is down 30% since Tucker left. And
Mm.
CNN can't even get 500,000 primetime viewers. So nobody's watching. So that's why I'm saying that this isn't as cut and dried as people would like to think it is. It's going to be complicated.
Clearly, yeah, and until people become interested and start,
Uh-huh.
dealing with it and looking
Mhm.
and searching, which I think a lot of people do. I don't think they just
Mhm.
look and read Google News or whatever. I think people
Mhm.
search about people, and Wikipedia is really good for that because it gives you a good bio
Mhm.
of individuals in the public.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, but I don't have your faith in the American voter. I think they vote yard signs. I think they vote the way that it'll be acceptable to their friends at the bar. I doubt very seriously that they know any positions of any of the people they vote for. I'm going to say 70% of the people that show up and vote have no idea who they're voting for or what their positions are on anything.
Okay.
I mean, it's
I,
sad.
I I don't believe that. I
Mm,
think it's probably more around 80% with people in the demolition party, the Democratic Party, because of the consistent voting pattern we've seen
mhm.
for 30 years. I
Yeah.
don't think that's the case with Republicans. I think people in the Republican Party, I'd say it's
Mhm.
maybe 30-40% just vote for Republican because they're Republican.
Mhm.
But that's the base.
Yeah.
But I think all the people that are in the middle that will decide this election, and that's
Mhm.
independents, and that's
Mhm.
minorities, like we've discussed, that will make the
Mhm.
decision because the decision, the election will be decided probably by less than 500,000 votes.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. Yeah, we'll know that next November, I guess. Well,
That's right.
probably not. They'll probably know it by January. Well, maybe February. Maybe by February they'll have all the votes
Well,
counted.
we'll know after the first five primaries
No,
because
I
one
meant
of
the
the
general election. We'll know in
I appreciate
February
that.
after they're all counted.
But I'm just saying that we'll
Mhm.
know within the first five primaries of both parties
Yeah.
what the interest level of the American people is by the number of people that show up to
Mhm.
vote in primaries. Those are important numbers.
They are. Yeah.
I was that's why I was completely broadsided by 20 because the numbers were so significant on the Republican side. It was 2, 3, 4 to 1 sometimes. The number of
Mhm.
people voting in primaries for Trump
Mhm.
and for Biden, but
Yeah.
the Democrats didn't really get out and vote
Well, they got out and vote in
in the
2022.
primaries.
Yeah. Well, they got out and vote in 2022. That's for sure. So that's where they were. So yeah, it's yeah. I don't know this. I don't think a debate over a year away tells you anything about these people. There's too many things that are going to happen between now and election day hey, China could invade Taiwan, Ukraine could defeat Russia. Who knows what's going to happen in that period of time, and how the electorate's going to react to that. I mean, it's stupid to have a debate this far in advance. I don't think anybody's going to tune in, and I don't think it's going to affect anybody's vote in January or whatever. If they want to get on TV and have a debate in New Hampshire and in Iowa, be my guest. But I think it's a waste of time to do it nationally.
There you go. All right. Well, I think, answered that question in
I
regards
think we
to
have.
what may happen here in the next 3 to 4 months.
Mhm.
And now we'll find out how close we were or if we were right all along.
Yeah. All right. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, ring the notification bell, like us. You'll want to know how stupid I am each week. So by all means, ring that bell. You'll be notified no matter what time zone you're in. And don't forget, we are here every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. So subscribe, ring the bell, like us, and show up, because we appreciate all of you very much for supporting us and being here and watching us debate our thoughts on various issues, because that's why we're here. If we agreed on everything, that'd be boring as hell, wouldn't it, Shane? So, yeah. Where's the fun in that?
Well, that's the whole point of it. Yes, as you
Yeah,
say.
that's right. All right. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Hey, don't forget, I've got to remind you about radio. You
Yep,
know that,
hitch a
right?
ride.
Yeah,
Hitch a ride. Yeah.
that's right. Hitch a ride with us on radio. We're on every Saturday, 8 to 11 Mountain Time. You can listen to us live anywhere you are with an internet connection. All you got to do is click listen now. No sign up needed. No, nothing to join. There's no email. You can call us. You can text the show. You can comment in a bunch of different ways. And we have 3 full hours of limited commercial interruption. So you'll love it. I mean, if you want a sample, you can go to cammsam.com, click on Time and Change Podcast, and our audio podcast, our video podcasts are all there. So if you want to hear or get a sample of what we do on Saturday, that would be the place to do it. KMMSAM.com. Live it, learn it, love it.
That's right. And we have our own professional fact checker. So
Yeah.
we're happy that he comes on, and he's
Yeah.
very clear on his thoughts and observations. And we
Yeah.
have our own great one who calls
Yeah.
regularly, often ends up, well, most often has been the first person for a good part of our shows. That's
Yeah.
what he calls.
There you go. So,
And he nicknamed us the Swiss Army knives of the radio, or
no, I did that.
oh,
That was me. He gave us knives after that
oh, okay,
at that event we had.
at the event, yes.
Yeah, if you remember. So yeah,
Well, yeah, I have mine.
I have mine.
It's on my
Yeah.
keychain. Use
Yeah.
it all the time, especially the scissors.
Yeah, there you go. Linda says, great show. Thanks so much. Thanks, Linda, for watching. We appreciate it. Thanks to all you folks for watching us. We really do appreciate you very much. You're a part of our family. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So thanks so much for being here. And we really appreciate all of you very much. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on next Tuesday, and we will hear you on the radio on Saturday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.